for placements. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our speaker, Mr. Sharon Rubinstein, who has been a teacher of English at the British Council, Chennai, since 2018. Mr. Rubinstein has an extraordinary set of academic credentials, beginning as an engineering major and progressing to certification in CETIL, CELTA, and DELTA. Which of the following are the prestigious teaching qualifications granted by the University of Cambridge to teach English as a foreign language? Mr. Rubinstein has 10 years of experience in ELT and has given numerous training sessions at various MNCs and prestigious universities. Mr. Rubinstein's work, experience, and educational background cannot be summed up in a few words. I'd like to invite Mr. Sharon Rubinstein to share his vast knowledge with us right now, and I leave everyone with a quote, Carpe diem, quam minimum, credula postero, which means seize the day, trusting as little as possible in the future. Thank you very much. I'd like now to call upon Dr. S. Kalyani to felicitate the guest speaker. I now call upon Mr. Sharon Rubinstein to take upon the stage.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. Okay, I see a lot of people scattered across. Okay, now, can I ask you to make smaller circles, right, starting here, about 5 people in each group? Okay, you can sit with your friends. I'm happy about it. Okay, like find your friends, find people that you love. Okay, now you can actually throw away all your not so friends. Okay, so it's okay. All right, pull in 5 people, small circles, pretty quick. I'm going to count to 10. Okay, right from the beginning. Okay, right from here. 10. 5 people in a group, small circles. Okay, small circles. 10. 9. Not very far, please. Right around here would do. A small circle of 5. 9, 8. I see some beautiful circles. I see some straight circles. I don't know what they are anyway. Okay. All right. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, that would be helpful. Thanks, man. Yeah. 2, 1, and 0. Okay, right. Are you settled? Okay, right. So you're going to talk to your friends, also to me, okay? Not just to your friends, okay? I know you've got your lunch and all of it. Yeah, that's cool. That's okay. That is all right. No problem. You can be a part of this group if you'd like, okay? Or you can just sit there. No problem. Okay, right. Like how I do with children, okay? Can I ask you to clap thrice? Okay, right. That's just to keep you quiet, nothing else. Okay, don't worry. Okay, right. So today's lesson, or today's what? Okay, right. All right, cool. So if you want to talk, please put your hand up, and I'll be happy to listen to you. Okay, right. I speak Tamil also, so if you don't understand me, just put your hand up. I can translate it for you. Don't worry. As much as you get the idea, I'm happy. Okay, right. So today's lesson has got 2 sides, okay? Decision making and seizing opportunities. We'll get to decision making. In your notebooks or whatever paper you've got, you don't have to tell anybody. Write down a decision that you took recently. Some decision that you took recently or you're going to take very soon. Okay? Just write it down. Just 2 words. I'm not going to check it. Okay? All right. If you've done, can I see your hands waving like that? All right, done. Okay, so pretty cool. Nice. All right. Okay, so let's ask some people. Okay, what's your big decision? Just shout out. No getting up. Just shout out. What's the big decision? What have you written? To come to this. Okay, to come to this workshop. Somebody with the white top there. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. White top. There. Yeah. You, yeah. So, what's the big decision? What is the decision you took? Yeah, it's not working. Shout out. No problem. That's okay. Sit, please. Yeah. All right, okay, no problem, don't worry. I'll hear from him, okay? Any other decisions? Gentlemen, yeah. Chose photography as a career or as a hobby? Career, okay, right, all right. Fine. So, it's all right. I mean, whatever you've written, big or small, it's fine, okay? It's all right to have one, okay? Just go on, please, yeah. All right. Now, before you think or before you make a big decision, there are some factors that I've put in there, okay? But do you think there are other factors? Like before you take a big decision, he said photography, okay? Now, what might be certain things that he had to think about? Did you think about any of those? Let's say you want to get into photography as a hobby. What factors? Which of those factors do you think will be big? What factors would you need? Money, yeah, money or support, yeah, because I'm also into photography, okay? Now, a camera would easily cost you how much? Yeah, like 7 lakhs, 8 lakhs, okay? Certain good ones are as much as that, okay? So you have to think about it. I like the topic for today, okay? Being mindful. Now, so which one would be mindful of these? Like you know money, you know support, you're thinking about your parents, okay? Now you need a Sony A7. Let's say that's the camera that you would want, okay? My father will say, get out of the house, okay? Done, all right? So you go, do what you want to do, okay? So it may not be feasible, okay? Now think about your decision. Have you ever thought about this? These elements? And sometimes we stop the decision. Have you seen that? Like you want to be a musician and maybe you don't have the money, okay? You don't have a piano, okay? And then what do you tell yourself? No, let's study what we are studying, okay? Like you don't take big decisions anyway, okay? Right. Can you add to those factors? I've written only a few. What are the other factors? Shout out if you have any thoughts. I know people are talking in their little groups. Yeah. I have a very sharp eye as I'm getting old, but that's not gone. Yeah. Right. Any other factors that you want to add? What factors? No, nothing. Tell us. Tell us. Yeah. Right. Okay. Any other? Skills, you mean? Okay.
Field what you're working in.
Okay. So you need to have the skill in you. Okay. Like he said, photography. But if you don't have an idea how it works, you don't know how light works or anything, that's all. Okay, like you can develop some, you cannot develop some. Like for example, music. Okay. Now, how many of you are talented in music? Like you think you have the skill? Singers, you can point to your friends. That's okay. Yeah. All right. Do you sing, gentlemen? Where's he? Hello. Oh, he plays the piano. Okay, right. What's your name? What's the name? Jace. Okay, right. Nice. Okay, good. Brilliant. Check. All right, give it to him. Give it to him. I want to talk to the pianist. So when did you start? When did you start playing music?
Sixth grade.
Sixth grade. Okay, right. And where do you play these days? Church. Okay, right. So, and do you play in the college also for some events?
No.
No. Shy about it, or? All right. Okay. Good luck. Okay. So keep working on it. Thank you. So you need the skill in you, and that may work. All right. The last two something that I want to talk about. Your physical and mental health. Okay. Now you start a hobby, you start a decision. It's not easy. Okay. Like I have my friend Milton. Okay. Now there are some jobs that we were together in corporates. Okay. Big money sometimes. Okay. But what is the problem? Often with big money, what do you get? Stress. Yes, beautiful. Okay, like what else do you get? Big money, big jobs. What do you get? Responsibilities. Okay, they call you any time of the day. Okay, they give you a laptop, they give you 2 fancy phones. Okay, but they'll call you all the time. Okay, they'll ping you. Where's this Ruben? Okay, so you might have to think about that. We're also going to talk about the mindfulness later. So your decisions may affect other people. Okay, like you may take a decision as a HR or somebody in governance. Okay, and then you would be like, oh yeah, okay, like let everybody work 10 hours. Okay, we are facing losses. Let everybody work 10 hours. But it is difficult. Okay, like on everybody else. Okay, if you're there, you're like, oh my God. Okay, like that's pain. Okay, but if you're in a higher position, you're like, okay, fine. Yeah, we're paying them. Okay, let's take a lot of work out of them. Okay, so that's important. And the last one, okay, like how important, how urgent is something that you have to think, take a decision very clearly. Because if it's late, what happens? You want to become an athlete. Okay, now you start at 40 years old. What can you do? What can you do? Will you be powerful? Will you be with enough stamina? No. I mean, maybe you can run for the old. Okay, like you can say marathon for the old. Okay, as a 65-year-old man, he finished a marathon. He didn't finish great. He just finished it. Okay, like so start it when you're young. I mean, maybe I'm at an age where I can say, oh, my young years are just going away. Okay, like you can say, what's the peak age? When can you achieve? Do you think? 18 to 30, let's say 35 and done. Okay, like I mean, I work with a lot of people who want to go abroad. Okay, like IELTS and all of those. Canada doesn't want people after 39. Okay, they say done, bye bye. Okay, like you go do your application, they're like 40, sorry. Okay, like we're not even proceeding with the application. Okay, so if you want to achieve something, start now. Okay, like I know I've been your age. Okay, I've been your age. Teenage is fascinated with, I mean, my days was TV. Okay, the best thing that you can do is just couch. I mean, probably sit on a couch, lounge there, watch a movie. Okay, like, and my house had 2 big couches. Okay, now you just were happy doing it. Okay, nowadays you have phones, you have enough distractions. Okay, but 3-4 years later you will realize, my God, I left it all. Okay, so it's a good thing to start. Okay, whenever you can, and work towards it. Okay, now is it too late to start sometimes? No. Okay, there are people who have achieved at like 60 also. So I wouldn't discount the fact. Okay, like when I did my teacher diploma, there was a woman who was 63. Okay, like, and she was wanting to start a career. Okay, now think about it. Okay, not finishing a career, 63 wanting to start a career. Okay, so it's fine. All right? Okay, go on, please. Okay, I've given some examples, but I want you to work now. Okay, so I'm sure you have your strengths, you have your weaknesses. Okay, can you give me an example of a strength you have? Any strength? The gentleman here, the white shirt. What's your strength? It's okay, English or Tamil, anything, nothing wrong. Yeah. What's your strength? Consistency, wow, beautiful. Okay, right, so consistency, in what terms do you mean? In what terms do you mean? That's right, okay, so even if you fail, you don't lose heart, okay, so that's a good thing. Any other strengths? Strengths? You? Adaptability, okay, right. In terms of new places that you mean? All the work that you're doing, okay, right. Okay, right. So if there's a change, you're okay to change. Okay, like, it's a beautiful quality. Okay, especially with the pandemic, everybody knows changes. You know the sentence, no? Changes, constant, inevitable. Okay, you're doing Rajinikanth's dialogue. No, change is constant. Okay. Anyway, that's true. Okay, like with the pandemic, that has happened. Okay, now your company may say hello, good morning, thank you. We have to let you go. Okay, let you go is nothing but get home, okay, like bye-bye, all right? And you have two choices. Either go to your room and say, knock your head to the walls, okay, and wanting to die and everything, okay? Or the other edge is like, okay, let's find a business, okay? I met this particular personality, okay, like at the start of the pandemic. He came for some writing with me, okay? Now, he was a half Indian, half Indonesian guy. He came to India and then right at the pandemic, okay, he didn't plan it. Immediately he started a medical company, medical supplies company. Okay, what they did was masks and even he was a visionary. Okay, he was a very young man. Okay, like at the start of his 30s. He thought about these online kind of medical advice. Okay, like so. They connect you with a doctor, they take all your inputs from even for terminally ill people, okay, like they take all the medical levels. He's very successful, okay. So finding an opportunity wherever it is, okay. Now, it may not be a field that you like, it may not be a field that you do, okay, like currently. Sometimes it may not be a field that you're very good at, okay, so it may be other things too, okay. Right, so I've given you some examples of a strength and how it might be useful. So if you're, say, for example, you're good at singing, we have Jess, the pianist, no? I mean, so, yeah, so maybe you can make a career out of it. Sometimes money, okay? Sometimes money comes to you. I know church music gives you no money. My father is a church pianist, okay? Now, get you no money, okay? Like you're only spending, okay? But eventually, at some time, he can make money out of it. If very unsuccessful, don't worry. Just, you've got a hobby, okay? Just chuck it out. You'll be happy doing it, okay? If not tried, that's all. You don't learn any, okay, and then it's the end of it, okay? Like you don't, maybe at 60 years old, you're telling your grandchildren, see, I wanted to play music, okay, I never got the chance. That's, I think, is stupid, no? I mean, at the end of the day, you need to have tried, okay? Weaknesses, now that's a common weakness, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah, does someone have that weakness? Communication, confidence in communicating. Yeah, I have two little groups into their own world towards there. Okay, like, can I ask you to come sort of front here? I mean, I don't want to be a strict teacher, but the whole group up here. Yeah. Not just you, sir. I mean, the whole group. Invite your friends also. Yeah. No, here, gentlemen, here. Yeah, pull all your chairs together. Sorry, I've lost you all. Yeah, all of you. Yeah, you too as well. Yeah, the ladies too. All right, okay. So can you write down one strength, one weakness that you have and think about it like this? Okay, now what kind of impact it can have, what might be the effects, what might happen if you don't try, okay? Now, some are low impact, some are high impact. We'll talk about the low and high impact in a little while, okay? Yeah, so that's nice. Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming down, all right? Okay, can you pull out your notebooks and write one strength, one weakness? I know some people don't have a notebook, so we can help them on a phone. That's fine, no problem. Digitally advanced, I like it. Yeah. You done? Yeah. Which college are you from? Here? I mean, you're from here? This college? All right. Finished? What are your strengths? Confident, okay. Weakness? Overconfidence, okay, right. That's interesting. Nice. Okay. All right, I haven't spoken to that group there, okay? Like, my mic doesn't come far, okay? So that's why I'm standing here. I'd like to come and talk to you anyway. The man with the mask, okay? Like, strengths? Yeah, you're the one with the mask, yeah. What are the strengths? Bold. Yeah, you're bold. All right, nice. And weaknesses? Bold is the weakness also. Like, how is it a weakness? Can you tell us? So you do some horrible things also, like being bold. All right, okay. Nice, thank you. Okay. And the group there, I haven't spoken to them much as well. Near the white top, the next one, sorry. Yeah, what's your name? Yeah, any one of you, that's okay, yeah. It's okay, it's okay. If you're shy, put it in a weakness, that's okay, yeah.
Ambitious, and weakness is short-tempered, impatient.
Oh, okay, right, yeah, all right.
Procrastinating,
Ambitious,
high expectations. Procrastinating, high expectations.
Right, so you have procrastination as well, okay, right. So, yeah, so those things can be worked, okay. Now, short temper can be very dangerous, you know, in a work environment. Short temper isn't really bad, but if it reacts, then that's terrible, okay. Like, so you can work through it. That's fine. Okay. Now I know people who are very, very successful, very short-tempered. Okay. They'll be like, Ruben, can you get out of the room? Okay. And then they'll lock the door. They probably scream, shout, and everything. Okay. But they're successful. It's not wrong. Okay. Like, that's a good one. Any other strengths, weaknesses? The three little men here. Anyone? What's your thought? Yeah. What is he saying? Sorry. Independent, okay, right, okay. And then the weakness?
No more confidence.
No confidence, not enough confidence, okay, right. So you can work on them, all right, so that's useful. Now let's talk about low impact and high impact, okay. Now on the left, I have good at singing and music. If you don't really work on it, it's less impact. It's not going to really affect your life in a big sense. Okay, you can still find another job, you can do something. But if you don't work on the second, I have not said English, but I've said struggling to communicate well. Okay, it's not about English all the time. Okay, you have an idea, you want to talk to somebody, you can do it in your own language. Okay, or even if you know English, it's a lot about communication. Like you're negotiating with somebody, you're able to say it, you're able to ask questions. All that is important. Okay, let's say for an example, in your company they give you a job, okay, and then they say, do this task. All right. Now sometimes you don't know how to do that task. Okay. Now a lot of people, what they do is they go on for 4 days. The 5th day when it's the deadline, they'll come, Ruben, I don't know how to do this. Okay. Now that's not English really. Okay, that's pretty common sense and communication. Okay, so you have to say, first day itself, Ruben, can you tell me how to do this? Okay, so that's a good idea, and that's high impact. Okay, if you do not know that, you're going to be affected big time. Okay, so that's one. Can you go on, please? Yeah. Right. So yes, so I've given some examples of what you may have written. Okay, now in terms of being a strength, being a weakness, see this also. Okay, like because most were stuck at confidence and all of those. Some you can't change, like say financial burdens. Can you change it? Your father has a big loan. Can you change it? Not immediately, but do a part-time job, help him out. Nothing wrong. Okay, like you're becoming only a better person. Okay, now you might be like, why? I'm an 18-year-old. Why should I go and work? Okay, it's my father's duty to feed me. Okay, that's not a good example. Okay, it makes you a better personality. Sometimes it's not just about money. Any job that you do. Okay, like it gives you a career ahead. It develops your people skills. Okay, all that big time. Any other? Just have a look. See if you get an idea. The human library type. Have you heard about human library? What's a human library? Okay, so in the British Council where I work, sometimes in the library we conduct human library workshops. Okay, meaning there will be 10 people who will come there who are very knowledgeable. Okay, they'll be sitting in their chairs. You can go and ask them questions. You can have a discussion in multiple fields. They also list what fields they're good at. Okay, so for you to become one of that, it's going to take a lot of years. Okay, maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years, but you can aim to become one. Okay, today maybe too early. Okay, but you can work it. Okay, it's not like it can't be done. Okay, so you can work it slowly. Okay, right. Okay, so there's quite a little bit. I've also said physical strength. Okay, some of you may be wondering. Okay, it's all about knowledge. Not really. Okay, you can even become a fitness trainer. Okay, you can run a gym. You can do something. Okay, like there's so much scope out there in the world. Okay, now pick what you like and what you're good at. Okay, and there are in the weaknesses. You might have things like COVID-19, the whole pandemic, and the world stopped. Okay. Now, there's probably a brink of the Third World War. Okay, you don't know. Okay, now some students I've seen are like, when will the World War come? Okay, because they're like, we want to sit down at home, we don't want to do anything. Okay, I understand. I mean, it's not a feeling that you just have. I've seen working people not wanting to go back to work. Okay, like really talented people. Okay, I ask them and they're like, Ruben, I have to get up and then I have to get ready, catch a bus, catch this, that, and then teach. Okay, I'm like, okay. And they like, now it's easy. Just log into your computer, teach. Okay, like you don't have to get dressed. Go face wash, and then place your camera that you can see only till your shirt. Okay, that's all. Okay, and people are happy doing it. But that's not how world works. No, I mean, so eventually you have to change. You can't change these things, but change for the good. Okay, adapt. Like Shauchi said, adapt quickly to go back to it as well. Because you never know. Okay, I'm not threatening you, but anything may happen any day. That's the whole world. Okay, like so that's important. Last one is very, very important. Actually, the last two. What I often see in IELTS exams or any of these areas, young people do not know what to talk. Okay, more than how much to talk. They have the language, they have everything, but they don't know the world knowledge. Okay, like that's because less reading, less listening, less watching. Okay, now say for example you watch Money Heist. Okay, the knowledge that you get is about what? What does Money Heist teach you? What does Money Heist teach you? You don't watch Money Heist. You're good people, godly people, is it? Okay, right. Yeah. What's Money Heist about? Techniques to rob. Okay. So you can become a police officer also. Okay? Like you'll know, okay, how could they rob and all of that. But that's one worldly knowledge. Okay. But if you have multiple that you watch, then you have a good scope of knowledge. That's what I mean. Okay. Like it's not wrong to watch only one kind. Okay? Watch National Geographic, watch the news. It's very surprising. Okay. I have some young people that I spoke to don't know there is a war happening in Ukraine and Russia. I'm like, wow, okay, you've never turned on sort of a news channel, never looked at your phone, okay, like, because it's major, it's happening right around and it can impact you, okay, so be worldly aware, okay, is what they call it. Last is social interaction, okay. Now, social interaction is, I want to demonstrate this, okay, can I have a volunteer? Can I have a volunteer? Some random volunteer, it's okay. Come. So I don't know this gentleman. I don't know so far. Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very good. So what do you do?
I'm doing my second year Bachelor of Science in Physics.
Okay. How may I help?
I just came to see how things work here. I wanted to know about, you know, what the department had to do with this whole program. It was like the first 2 sessions were not that fun for me, but it was okay. It looks like it's catching pace and all. Like expect to have fun.
Okay, right. And what do you expect to achieve by the end of it?
By the end of this, I would like to be more mindful and a bit more aware of what I can do and you know what I can do and how I can work things out.
Right. Give him a big round of applause. Okay, I'll say thank you. That's not for participation. That's for something else. I'll tell you why. Okay. Now, I don't know this gentleman. Okay. Look at his interaction. Okay. Like he came to the spot and was able to answer them very maturedly. Okay. There's a term. Okay. He wasn't like, he didn't complain. Okay. He did it very nice snacked. Okay. Like it was like, I expect to have more fun. Okay. Like see that. It's like, it's not like, oh, I didn't have fun. Okay? Like he was able to phrase it so nicely, and that's what you need to know in the world. Okay? Like social interaction is the key. It's not knowing English. It's not knowing your language, but be able to use it right. Okay? Like play around with your words, know how to communicate. Know how to communicate, especially if it's bad. Okay? Like in the family, no? Let's say your mother serves you dosa or idli or anything. If there are North Indians, sorry, chapati or something else, okay, right? So it's bad, okay? It doesn't have salt. How do you say it to your mother? I don't say it at all, okay? Like, I grew up in a family that we say nothing, okay? And today my wife asked me, there's no salt, how did you eat this? I'm like, I don't know, okay? I don't even realize, okay? Now, how would you say it if you have to say it? How do you say it? Yeah, you can ask if she had a bad day. See how nicely she has sort of phrased it. Some people go a little hard on that, okay, and then say, no salt at all. Okay, they go with a frowny face. Okay, that's not right. Okay, that's not right. Just because it's not for you. Okay? Like if you have done that, would you like that? Your children doing it to you? Okay, going and saying, hey, no salt. Okay, like. I mean, if I was a father, I'd want to slap my child, okay? Like, but I'll be like, control, okay? Emotional control, okay? So see, that's what you need, okay? Like, end of the day, as a social interaction or the communication skill. And then common customs. Say, for example, I'm not big in terms of customs, okay? But wherever I go, they have something, okay? Like, they want a garland, they want to put a shawl. You're like, no, I have a principle for myself. Okay, like don't go that way. Okay, just be accommodative, be nice to people. Okay, right, go on. Next up, please. Yeah. Right. This is the second part, and I'll be done in another 20-25 minutes if you're waiting for me to finish. Okay, right. World of opportunities. Now, a lot of people that I come across say, "Can you help me find a job?" There are no jobs in the world. There's nothing in the world. The world is a sad place. World has only horrible people. Okay, like have you heard that? Have you heard that or no? My uncle didn't get me a job. He's a mean person. Okay, like my dad's the worst in the world. Have you heard all those? Yeah. Do you say those things? I've said it. Okay, like I'm not discounting it. Okay, and it can be real also. Okay, like to tell you very honestly, my uncle didn't want me to work in his company. Okay, I got an opportunity and somebody in the company told me much later. Okay, you didn't get it just because of your uncle, that's all. Okay, like, and you have to live with it. Okay, now maybe he had better reasons, I don't know. I've never confronted him with that. But that's the world for you. Okay, but also on the positive side, the world has so much to offer. Okay, like beautiful opportunities. And it's up to you to grab or leave. Okay. Now say for example, there's so many that I've said there. Skill development, how can you do it? How can you develop your skills? Practice, good. What else? Go for a course, online, offline. Have you guys tried Udemy? UDEMY, Coursera, Future Learn. All of them are free. Okay, absolutely free. Now, we live in a beautiful world because these things You have to pay a lot of money, go to a different country and do 10 years ago. As simple as it, okay? Now you don't have to pay a penny, you can get all of it. If you need a certificate, you pay. You don't need a certificate, you can say, I've learnt it. Okay, so we are in a world of free information. Okay, and you can learn anything. Okay, and it's much easier. I'm not making this up. When I was in school, I had to go to a library to find anything. Okay, and the library teacher was not a very friendly woman. Okay, had a very flat face and like, what do you want? Okay, so it's easy now. Take your phone, you find anything. Okay, so be able to grab those opportunities. What about these things? Investments and ways to make money. Invest in gold. Okay. Stock market. That's all. Cryptocurrencies, yes. Okay. Invest on people. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, like you train people, you help people, they come around for you. Okay, like that's another beautiful investment. But these are instruments that you talked about, which are needed. Okay. Now I know people who study, also work as a Swiggy delivery executive, also have investments. There was a guy that I met, okay, like in the British Council. He does Swiggy delivery in the morning. He also studies. He comes around to the library. He has a mushroom farm, okay, like in the house, like a room, and he makes 16,000 rupees every month out of it. Okay, like what is your age? 19-year-old. Okay, so you can do a lot of things. Just that we have a lot of fire. When you do all these trainings, no, end of the day you're like, I want to do this. I want to do this. Okay, 2 days later, how do you feel? Not 2 days later. Let's say 6 hours later. In the night, how do you feel? Let's watch a Netflix series and sleep. Okay, now. You got to get out of it. Somehow you have to, it's not wrong. I mean, I watch Netflix series, okay, but you also have to have that fire, the ambition, okay, like the pianist group, hello? Hello? Yeah, I can recommend you a good piano, okay, like, yeah, right, okay, yeah, focus, okay, right, good. Any other? Time, how can you invest time? How do you invest time? How did you spend your time during the pandemic? Books, sleep, series, hobbies, family, okay, right. Creativity, exercise, yeah. You can do a range of things and they're good, okay, now that's nothing wrong. I was so bored that I was painting bottles, okay, like old ketchup bottles and all of that. I've never painted all my life, okay, like, but that was the only thing that was available and I was doing it and it's fun, okay. So you can do anything with that, but keep account of your time, okay. Either you're relaxing, either you're learning, either you're doing something. Please do keep track of your time, okay, it's important. Yeah, keep going, yeah, please. Okay, can you change? Yeah, sorry. All right, I've given you some ideas. How many of you have a LinkedIn account? Okay, God bless you. Yeah, please do update, please do read. That's your pace, okay? Now, it's not the Naukri world anymore. It's LinkedIn is the world and you can find jobs already, okay? Now, what I mean is, if you're doing a PG, you don't have to wait for you to finish and then get to a job. You can start working now, okay? Like write content for someone, edit content, and you'll probably be earning a lot, okay? I started working when I was 20. I was a college student and an opportunity came to me. I was scared because my father would probably be shouting at me, okay, why do you want to work? But when I told him, he's like, yeah, please go, okay, like, go on, start, okay. It was not for the money, it's the experience that you gain. You may probably earn a career, okay. Somebody told, when they introduced, I don't know if you noticed, I'm an engineer who turned out to be a teacher, okay. Because teaching is what I did as a part-time job, became my full-time, okay? Yeah, right. So have a look quickly. Yeah, things like talking to a lot of people, going to different places, can give you loads of opportunities. Okay, now quickly just go on. The next step. Yeah. Okay, so this is something that I want you to try after the event is over. There's something called Myers-Briggs type. Have you heard about this? Myers-Briggs? Yeah, okay. So if you have not heard about it, please read about it at home. I want you to think about it. It helps you categorize yourself as a person for what kind of job that you can do. So there are tests online, you can do them. Say for example, a nurse, what kind of qualities should a nurse have? Patient, yes. What else? Tolerant, yes. Only feeling or should be judging also? Attentive. Can the nurse be judging or only feeling? You cannot be just a feeler. You should also be a judge. Meaning your heart rate is going down. This person is like, yeah, you feel better. Be happy. God will bless you. Okay, you will grow to be a good person. It won't happen. Okay. At the same time, this woman should be like, call the doctor and attend to this person. Okay. So you need skills for a particular job. Okay. And if you don't have that, you won't fit right. Say for example, you don't like working with other people. Can you be a teacher? No. Okay, you'll be like this. Hello, good morning. I want to talk to you. Okay, and nobody will like you. You wouldn't like them. Okay, so you have to find something that will fit your bill. Okay, and this can help you. Okay, it's called the Myers-Briggs type. Available in Google. You can just figure it out for yourself. Just keep going, please. Yeah. Okay, so I finish with that. There are some jobs that you find for each of those, but you will have to see it together. Okay, like properly full that you can find. Okay, yeah. Last one, please. Yeah. So I leave you with this. Okay, so take a screenshot. Think about this. Probably this quote. When you're young, okay, again say, okay, when you're young, you can make a big difference. Okay, like now, like how old are you guys now? 18, 19, 20? Yeah, okay, so you have another 10 to 15 years to make or break. Okay, after that time, yeah, some rare elements are there. Some miracles may happen. Okay, but when you're young, make it happen. Okay, that way that I leave you. Any questions? Any questions at all? Questions? I know the old saying, either you understand something or you understand nothing. Okay, like both ends, no questions. Yeah, no questions. All right. Any questions at all? Anyone? Nobody? All right. Okay. So thank you. Thank you for bearing with me for the last 40 plus minutes. Okay, and we'll see sometime. Okay. So take care and good luck. All right. Yeah.
I request every participant to fill the post questionnaire that was handed to you.
Hello, hello.
Hello, check.
I'd like to thank Sir again for his stirring speech and his knowledge. I was impressed and awe of your extraordinary speech, and it was a great pleasure listening to you. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you again on behalf of our entire administration and the students who were captivated by your talk. I'd like to call upon Mr. Milton, sir, to felicitate our guest. Attention everyone, we won't be having a break right now. We'll be continuing our session with our panel 3.
Attention everybody, this is not a break. Please be seated in Addison Hall itself.
Guys, the chairs are just being arranged for the next session, so please be seated. Please remain within the Anderson Hall and do not leave.
Kindly be seated.
Guys, the arrangement is done. I request everyone to be seated. Participants, you are requested to seat in the first row. Please move forward. Guys, please settle down quickly. We'll be beginning our session.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. Welcome to the third panel of the day, titled Mindfulness in Governance. I take privilege in introducing the distinguished speaker for this panel, Dr. Indrajit Singh Sodhi, Professor and Head of Public Administration, Department of Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development. Dr. Indrajit Singh Sodhi has completed his PhD and MA in Public Administration as well as Political Science from University of Rajasthan, Jaipur. He has worked previously as an associate professor in the University of Dodoma, Tanzania, and has been the head of the Department of the Public Administration Department of St. Wilfrid's Postgraduate College, Jaipur. He has about 16 years of teaching experience He also has conducted research on behalf of HCM Rajasthan State Institute of Public Administration. He has extensively written and published books, articles, academic papers in both national and international publication houses. He specializes in governance, e-governance, public policy, local governance, urban development and reforms, and many such academic areas. He is a lifetime member of the Indian Institute of Public Administration, Indian Political Science Association, and Administrative Change. On behalf of everybody present here, I welcome you, sir. I now request Dr. Vijay Devadasan, Head of the Faculty Public Administration, to facilitate Dr. Indrajit Singh Sodhi, representing our heartfelt gratitude and respect. I now request Dr. Indrajit Singh Sodhi to take over the session to enlighten us.
Thank you. I am very much thankful to the principal, Madras Christian College, and Department of Public Administration, Dr. Anshuman and her all team. They have organized this 2 days program for the students, and I believe that learning is a continuous process. Even we are also learning. Thank you. It is working. Thank you. So since morning, I will not go into mindfulness. You will not mind, because I think you already know something about mindfulness. And you all are youth, and our institute, Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development, stand for youth. No doubt, all the students who are doing study, whether in universities or college or any institute, you all are youth. And since we are teaching, we are with the youth, so we also feel a feeling of youthness. So all the teachers always, whichever they are of the age, they are also youth, I believe. I believe that most of the students are from public administration background, or almost all. Some other discipline also, okay. So governance is a very common, you could say, terminology which is being used for all the aspect, whether corporate governance, good governance, environmental governance, decentralized governance, democratic governance, whichever governance we talk, everywhere governance has come. Like earlier, if we talk about economics enter into any phenomena, every subject, whether political economy, social economy, environmental economics, okay. So same type governance have entered. Sometimes there is a difference, or some say that both are common, whether a government or governance, but both are different. Government could be there, but governance may not be there. The most important aspect is governance, and the concept of governance started in 1989. I believe you almost all know about that. And concept of good governance 1992 emerged. And that all came from the World Bank's report in 1989. After that, it has spread. And before that, if we talk about public administration, new public administration concept emerged in 1968. Then 1988, 2008, they have conducted 3 conferences. And during this time, also other concept emerged like new public management, or you could say nowadays new public service. That concept emerged in 2003 when Denhart and Denhart written their book, New Public Service. So every day, every time new approach is coming. So now question arises, where the youth have to go? Where youth has to focus? Which are the important aspect? What are the schemes which are being run for the youth in India? whether government has taken any initiative, whether there are some policies or programs for the youth in the world or in developing countries like India, or whether India is at par with other countries if we talk about in context of youth. So dear student, for your kind information, Malaysia is one of the best country in the world which is working tirelessly for the youth. There is National Youth Policy in India 2014. It talks about that there should be National Youth Council, but still since a long time there is no. But if you go through Malaysia, you will find there is a National Youth Council. Similarly, there is Malaysian Youth Parliament is also there. No doubt India, some organization like Media Foundation, I believe you have listened, which is conducting so many programs every year with a different college and university for working on youth parliament. Similarly, Government of India also conducting competition for Indian youth parliament, but not in a true sense as Malaysia it is being conducted youth parliament. If you go to the website of Commonwealth, you will find every 2 years they are formulating their team in which they choose some member throughout the world. 2017, one of the Indian representative was there who was in the core team of Commonwealth Youth Council. So you as a youth can try, those who are desperate, who want to work something. No doubt initially you have to spend money and to fight for that post to become member. Even you can try to become chairperson of that Commonwealth Youth Council. So these are the few aspects on which you can think about. So nowadays in this era, 21st century, there is talk of transparency, accountability, e-governance, corruption-free, minimum government. So these all concepts continuously coming into our mind, ki how we can work to bring transparency and participation and ensuring accountability in the system. I ask you, dear student, do you have any idea how you can promote the participation? Anyone? You are also participating in one way by attending classes, doing MA or MPhil or PhD or any other course. But how you can contribute to the government of India, to the government of state where you are doing study, or any government agencies or bodies? How you can ensure or how you can bring more transparency? Or do you believe that there are some rules or some regulations or policies or program which definitely leads to more transparency? Any idea? Yes, dear student. Do you have any idea?
Being students of different education background, we can bring awareness to the people around us to tell them what is actually going in the government and what they can actually ask for, what is their right and what is their duty, and that could be done. It is a very easy way. Being knowledgeable ourselves, we can share our knowledges to the people who don't have it.
Good, good. So how you can bring? Through Right to Information Act using RTI. Okay, that is one act. Beside that, there is Citizen Charter. You know the concept of Citizen Charter. Nowadays, every ministry, or you go to any office, whether Chennai Municipal Corporation, any government department, outside in the main gate or within the office or in the website, they are putting Citizen Charter. Through that, you can also think how much transparency is there. Similarly, information officer, those who are dealing with right to information, their name is in every website. So that shows that yes, there is transparency. Similarly, all government department, all ministries, they are putting their reports, annual reports, accounts report, as well as some decision which has been taken regarding appointment, promotion, or some communication between one IS officer, another officer, one employee, another, that they are also putting. So that there is less litigation. So these all are the way which ensure transparency, which also show that there is more participation of people. But I do not know whether you have listened the name of one law that is called Guaranteed Delivery of Public Services Act. Nowadays, more than 20 states in India have guaranteed delivery of public service. Like that, I belong to Rajasthan. So there is Rajasthan Guaranteed Delivery of Public Services Act. Madhya Pradesh Guaranteed Delivery of Public Services Act. Bihar Guaranteed Delivery of Public Services. It means, suppose you are going to Chennai Municipal Corporation, for your kind information, Tamil Nadu state does not have still that law. I am surprised. In 2021, the governor of Tamil Nadu announced, Banwaryal Purohit, that soon this law will be there. But still, up to date, there is no such law. What it means, that suppose you are going to any government department, that services like suppose you want birth certificate. So it mentions citizen charter that within 3 days it should be given. Suppose that is not being given, then a particular officer will be fined. That fine may be 500, 1000, 200, whatever the government has prescribed. Suppose 10 people have not received their birth certificate within 3 prescribed stipulated time, 3 days. It means 10 into, suppose fine is 500, 5 into 10, 5,000 fine. Suppose 100 people has got to 50,000 fine. So that is the weapon in the hands of citizens. Rajasthan is going more advanced now. The government last 6 years before the present chief minister, when he was chief minister at that time, announced, nowadays there is pressure. Soon Rajasthan is going to formulate another act, a Right to Hearing Act. Under that, what will happen? Government, some officer, senior officer, minister will come, open meeting, people will come, they will give their allegation or issue that a particular officer has not done. So immediately on the spot, that officer will be fined or suspended immediately. That is Right to Hearing Act. So Rajasthan, soon chances are there going to be formulate and bring that law. So that type of, you could say, acts are needed for the benefits of the people. Some people say कि why we are not able to remove a particular IAS officer who is indulged in too much corrupt practices or not doing his or her work in time. So all these type of acts you can apply. Similarly, Lokpal Lokayukt Act is there, you know very much. Whistleblower Act is there, that has been amended in 2014. These all are very much important aspect which you can use. Similarly, there is Central Grievances Reducible system online. Suppose you have issue in Chennai or Coimbatore or any district in India. So through online you can lodge your complaint in the Central Grievances Reducible system. So that is under the Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances, Pension, and one grievances cell is your secretariat in the Delhi. So they will revert back to a concerned department to a particular state. That will be fast. So online you can do register. So these all the issue, there is no need to money spent. Otherwise, if you are going to judiciary, you have to take the services of some lawyers. You have to spend money. And it could take time, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 20 years, no one. But here, there is chances you will get quick reply. Similarly, there is a demand that nowadays right to health services should be brought as a law. Particularly after this Corona 2 years pandemic, every people have a right to, like you know, right to education is there. So same on the same pattern, there is a demand. So we have to see which state going to take initiative or whether the central government is going to take initiative. No doubt, Ayushman scheme is there. But whether fully it is providing, no doubt up to most extent it is helping. And again, if you talk about health services, Rajasthan was the first state in India which started Chief Minister free medicine. Whether you belong to a poor family, middle class, rich class, doesn't matter. 15 years before Rajasthan started this scheme, you go to any government hospital, only 2 rupees slip at that time, nowadays 5 rupees, 10 rupees. whatever medicine freely they will give. And nowadays many diagnostics are also free. So these all initiatives are there which shows governance. But now the questions comes, how youth can play a role? Through awareness. To whom you create awareness among the people. Okay, these are the facility provided by the government agencies, government bodies. They can take advantage. So that is your moral responsibility. Through your social media, through your mouth, you can share these all information. India, no doubt there is a challenge of corruption, population, lack of coordination. These are the biggest challenge, I believe, I accept. But despite of that, whatever every state government I believe in, every state agency, central government, they are doing their best, whatever in their limitations. Okay. Another question comes, since we are living in democracy, how far democracy is good? Some people believe that there is misuse of democracy in India. Because same person who is living in India is throwing garbage on the roads, not following. But same person going to America, Europe, Singapore, they are following the rules. Why? Here we lost the civic sense, there is consciousness, whether there is a strictness of law or there is no strictness. We have to think over. Nowadays, direct democracy is not possible. No doubt earlier it was thought that direct democracy is possible in cantons of Switzerland, if we talk about. Like referendum, plebiscite, recall, initiative. Few years back there was a demand that recall system is going to be initiated in India. Government of Madhya Pradesh announced. Do you know what is recall? Under recall, what will happen? Suppose we have elected any member of parliament or member of legislative assembly. If we are not satisfied, we as a citizen should have power to recall them. That is not available in India. And some state government was thinking that this initiative as experimental basis could be started for local government bodies. That means municipal corporation or village panchayat, but still that has not been done. At least that could be done. But if we talk about referendum, there is nothing referendum in Indian constitution, only for Jammu Kashmir. Somehow there is information. Do you know Jammu Kashmir, there is an issue regarding referendum, sometime it comes in the newspaper. So it is believed that whenever there will be peace, then referendum will be held in Jammu Kashmir. Then there is chances that three views could be before the people of Jammu Kashmir. One, whether they want to be a separate country. Another, whether they want to be Pakistan. Third, they want to be India. Pakistan, India do not want referendum because both have a fear factor. Long back, United Nations, when this matter came, at that time it was resolved that referendum may be held. But both are claiming that this is my part. If we go history, we find Jammu Kashmir was our. And if you talk, some people they say no, Jammu Kashmir was separate. So I'm not going into because there are political and historical, but I'm talking in that context, referendum was one issue that came in India. Otherwise, for other state, other context, referendum issue has not come if you talk about direct democracy. So how the people's participation can increase? If you remember, 3-4 years before, new health policy was formulated and new education policy. First time in India, a large scale opinion, suggestions, views of people were taken for the new education policy. That shows participation of people. I'm not asking who has, you as a youth or as a citizens has participated or given your views, tender your opinion to the government. These could be suggestions. When the new education policy, to some people raising issues on many issues, that always happen because we are living in democracy. So everyone can raise issue. We are free. No one pressure could be there, no interference. We can raise issue. But opportunity was given. Before being it came into existence, you had a time, you had opportunity to give your views. So how many youth have participated? You yourself first assess. So nowadays, India is also moving on that direction. More and more participation, and some state government like Delhi, they are giving more opportunity to the youth to participate. No doubt, I would not say that everything is 100% perfect. There may be some challenging, some issues, but at least some good initiatives are being taken by some state government. There are so many scholarships for the youth, which shows how governance could work, how youth could be in a better position. Since a long time there is an issue, youth are unemployed. There is no proper opportunity. I believe you have listened the name of SBI fellowship that is being given only to youth. Gandhi fellowship to the youth. Teach India fellowship to the youth. And LAMP fellowship that is also provided by the parliament. So these all fellowship, that is LAMP is legislative assistant to member of parliament, that is sponsored by government of India. Similarly, some MLA, they are also providing financial assistance. Some district collector also. One of my student, Arif, who has come with me, he was mentioning that earlier Pradhan Mantri Rural Scheme, development scheme, under that the district collector used to have 1, 2, 3 students as assistants. Through that, youth used to get experience as well as they get some confidence. So there are many scholarships. Similarly, internships are being given like National Institute of Disaster Management. It gives for 3 months, every month 10,000. Internship is given by Isaac Bangalore, National Human Rights Commission. Almost all central government agencies as well as state government agencies. I have seen 2-3 days before, even there was an advertisement in the government of Tamil Nadu for internship. So there are good opportunities are there for the youth. We could not say there is more unemployment. If all are adjusted, so unemployment will be there less. Not, I would not say permanent, but for some time, so that you get some experience, confidence. Similarly, if you talk about local bodies in Kerala, there is youth committee, very innovative steps. Only few states you can find rarely. So that is very good experiment that could be used as a case study. Youth committees are being there. Earlier my students were there from Kasaragod. So they shared their experience, and I have also visited in 2018 in Kasaragod, North Kerala. So I was very much happy. At least they are contributing. Through that, youth are participating. The youth can participate more in local bodies like municipal corporation, municipality or village panchayat, block panchayat, district panchayat, compared to Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha or state legislative assembly. So at least some participation as a political participation. So social participation, political participation, economic participation, your participation in environment management, environment governance, these all are the areas where which you can show your performance and you can bring something new for the society. You can work for the improvement of the society, for nation building. Similarly, there issues come ki what the government is doing for the marginalized or deprived community. Already there is a reservation in the admission, reservations in the appointment for SC/ST. Similarly for the OBC community. What about women? So again, Rajasthan was the first state in India which provided 30% reservations to women in all government job, A to Z, whether college, government college, university, medical, teachers, whichever job, or judicial service, Rajasthan judicial service, Rajasthan administrative service, everywhere. So nowadays on that pattern, almost all states are providing reservations to women also. So that is a good steps. So these all show that some good initiatives are being taken by respective states in India compared to earlier. No doubt, always there is a chance for improvement, for development. We could not bring revolution within one day, within 1 year, 2 years, but at least some initiatives are being taken. Similarly, you know, Government of India is providing financial assistance those who are preparing for civil services. So any IS coaching center, government could give you up to 2 lakh. Suppose you go to Delhi and you clear pre-exam, so you get. Similarly, Ministry of Social Justice, Government of India is providing full scholarship to SC and ST community, those who get admission for PhD in Oxford University, Harvard University, any university out of India. Every year around 100 students are sponsored directly by government. A to Z, everything is financially taken care of by the government. So we could say, similarly, many state governments have taken respective steps, also providing more financial assistance those who are preparing for competitive exams. So these all show some positive sign from the side of Government of India. So as I was talking about corruption, what are the agencies? You know, so many agencies are there. CID, Judiciary, Police. Similarly, there is a Vigilance Commission is there. You know, Central Information Commission is there. In every state there is Information Commission is also there. Vigilance Committee, Vigilance officer is in every department there. Similarly, Whistleblowers Act. Suppose you give information about any corrupt officer, your information, your identity will be confidential. It will not, because it has happened earlier. I think 2014, one engineer was killed by some fraud corrupt people when he made a complaint in Indian oil company. So after that, government became concerned and this law came into existence. So I was talking about citizen charter. So Britain was the first country when in the time of Margaret Thatcher and John Major, they brought this idea. In India, this concept emerged in 1996 November when the meeting of all the chief secretary was held in Delhi. After that, in May 1997, chief minister of all state came. At that time, this idea was endorsed. Yes, we should adopt the concept of citizen charter. But now we have moved more further. Citizen charter, right to information, guaranteed delivery of public services. Now, as I mentioned, right to hearing act is also coming soon. Chances are there. So these all are the issues. Similarly, Lokpal, Lokayukt, which has been set up on the pattern of ombudsman. The concept of ombudsman firstly started in Sweden, you know. So these all helps in our system. India believes in rule of law. So I understand you all know about rule of law. Rule of law means there are 3 laws. Almost all countries in the world believes in a follow rule of law, except 1-2 country. Like we say, France somehow do not fully believe rule of law. Why? Because there are 2 laws. One is constitutional law, another is administrative law. That's why it is called droit administration, 2 law. Administrative law means there is separate administrative law for those who are working in administration, civil servant. That's why there are 2 types of court. One court same like India, Supreme Court, High Court, District Court, same. Another type there is administrative court, only for administrative officers. The highest administrative court in France is called Conseil d'État, Council of State, which helps the administrative officers to solve their grievances issue. Like suppose in Chennai, one superintendent of police has been transferred or not being promotion. 2 options. Either that person could go to judiciary. It could take 5 years, 10 years, or he retire, then decision will come. For fast decision, that person could go to CAT, Central Administrative Tribunal. So for IAS and IPS India, there is a good system, CAT. Those who are honest officer, for them CAT is best. Regarding transfer and promotion, suppose one person promotion is due as DGP, Director General of Police, or Secretary. Since a long time it is due, not being done, that concerned person, officer could go to CAT. I think you all very much know about all these issues. I am not going into much this. there has been very important issue. Whenever you talk about corruption, one important issues come ethics. If we go to ancient India, we believe that everyone believed and followed the principle of ethics. But in this present time, whether we are following the principle of ethics, values, then there will be doubt. Here, again the question comes whether at the parliament level there is some ethics committee is there, whether for the civil servant there is some ethics committee is there. No doubt, when the candidates are appearing for civil services, there is ethics paper is there. During training, they are taught the lesson of ethics. But if we talk about ethics in real sense, then the name of Lord Nolan come at the topmost. In 1994, he gave 7 principles. He is known the best ideal example to bring ethics into the system. And the committee was Committee on Standards in Public Life. From that period onwards till now, continuously a person is appointed as chairperson of Committee on Standards in Public Life. That also means ethical standards. It gives 7 principles, including integrity, objectivity, honesty, leadership, accountability. And since long time, since that, has been demand in India that on the same pattern that committee could also be set up in India. So India, the first initiative was taken in the Rajya Sabha. Okay, 10 more minutes. Thank you. I thought 5 minutes. So India also, Rajya Sabha took the initiative, 1994, then 1995 committee. So 1997, India, there is ethics committee for Rajya Sabha was set up. So there were 9 members. So it has submitted some reports. But how far those reports are relevant, are being followed, that is a question mark. Whether same has been initiated in Lok Sabha, again question mark. Whether same has been initiated for civil servant, again question mark. Because no sincere effort have been taken up on that direction. So these are the biggest challenges. In developing countries like India, we do half or half-hearted. Rajya Sabha, we set up, not for Lok Sabha. Why? Why not for civil servants? This poses questions. So these are the issues and challenges which are continuously pinching us. Okay, why? Why dual policy of government? Same is happening in every states. States are not working sincerely in the direction of ethics, in the direction of morality. For the namesake, in the school level, college level, there is some lessons on values, on ethics, on morality. Even UGC declared that one paper on values ethics could be introduced. So most of the institutions they started. Like earlier UGC declared you started environmental governance, then environmental management paper also started. Computer also. But how far that truly we are following and believing, that is a big question. During training, India, the civil servants are giving training of 1 year. But if you talk about France, 2 years, rigorous training. They are called COPS. The best training system in the world for civil servants existing only in France. India, there was a demand that it could be increased around 1 year. But rather we have reduced by 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Earlier used to be 52 weeks, now it is reduced. Because government have its own agenda, own thinking, so they have reduced. So we could not say whether the longer duration of training is good or lesser, both. But no doubt during training they are taught the lesson of ethics, morality, all these issues. But once they join, after few years, how many are indulged in corruption, you all better know. I will not. And first time the government is becoming very strict. Those who are not working efficiently, they could be removed forcefully. So first time the couple has been removed forcefully in the state of Madhya Pradesh. So some may not be agree that it is not a right decision of the government of India and too much indulging. Similarly, there is an issue of lateral entry of civil servants. I do not know how you will agree. Some say that this government is not doing good. This suggestion was given long back by first Administrative Reforms Commission. First Administrative Reform Commission was set up in 1966. It gave 20 reports. And the first report, it itself recommended that lateral entry may be started. It gave 20 reports, 30 study groups, 583 recommendations. So most of the recommendations have been accepted. Similarly, second Administrative Reforms Commission, which was set up in 2005, it also gave recommendation for this lateral entry. It gives 15 reports. So a number of committees and commission who are working on administrative reforms, they have repeatedly talked about lateral entry. But some make it political issue. Okay, why this government took initiative? So there may be, because we are always not happy with any decision. We always try to find out fault. So every government, every administration have its own, you could say, objective, agenda or priority. On that basis is work. And no, nothing idea is coming new one. That all depended upon some earlier reports or recommendation. Sometimes that recommendations are implemented immediately, some are not implemented. So it depends upon them. Similarly, there has been one another agenda, if you talk about ethics, Institutional Ethics Committee. Indian Council of Medical Research recommended that all the educational institutions should have Institutional Ethics Committee. Those who are doing research project and those students who are doing PhD, for that their research project should go through Institutional Ethics Committee. In our RGNYD, Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development, more than 1 year, the present director, Professor Shivnath Dev sir, has established this institutional committees. Jawaharlal University, Delhi University, every university is having. Because nowadays, a number of reputed journals are also asking whether your paper which you are submitting for publication, whether it has been endorsed, approved by your system through Institutional Ethics Committee. So that is good for you. So I believe soon in every education in India, you will find there will be Institutional Ethics Committee. And if we talk about social media, how far social media is playing role in governance, in increasing participation of youth in development, in governance, in social justice, in social change. Whenever there is negative agenda, most of us we directly participate without thinking. But positively, how much we are working? So we should focus how you can work positively. Even it could be little one, but how we can work and contribute for the society. Similarly, there is e-government, you better know. Nowadays in every state, there is civil services center, like in Tamil Nadu is there, e-seva center is there. But some of them are not working in every state. That is the biggest challenge, either due to electricity, or there is no staff, or there is no system like computer or some internet problem. So these issues are affecting, no doubt. With the public-private partnership, we have made it good. So public-private partnership is also helping in the good governance. We could not say through private how we can bring governance. Governance means role of everyone, because that is the major difference between government and governance. Governance means everyone, contribution of everyone. So dear student, if we talk about issues and challenges, I believe there are two biggest challenges everywhere. One is lack of coordination, another is lack of sufficient fund. Due to this, policies, programs are failing, most of the functions are failing, whether it is being conducted by any education institution. If there is no coordination, program fails. If there is no sufficient fund, fails. The government of India, most of the agencies, even the another issue is dispersal of or delay in dispersal of funds. Nowadays in March you will find everywhere government is insisting you spend money, otherwise it will go revert back. So you will find throughout India, March every department is doing so much. If that decision had been taken earlier, so we have done judicious use of that money. But that is not being done. Similarly, recommendation of many commission like State Finance Commission is not being implemented rightly at right time. So these all are the, you could say, biggest challenges, and we talk about there is lack of efficiency, lack of effectiveness. I believe in developing country there is no effectiveness. So I always try to avoid the word effectiveness, because I believe effectiveness word should be used only in developed country. But I have seen all government of India, every ministry writing effectiveness, Ministry of Health, in every ministry. If there is no efficiency, then how we can think about effectiveness? So I always do not like effectiveness word should be used. Effectiveness means 101% efficiency. If we are not able to achieve 100% efficiency, then how we can talk about effectiveness? So these are the few issues which I think which will help you to understand. I tried little bit, and I believe most of the issues and challenges and the talk which I have discussed with you, you already knows. I have tried to look into only some aspect. I am thankful to Madam as well as all the students participant like MA students, PhD students and faculty members, as well as the principal who has given me time and invited me. Thanks to everyone.
Do we have any questions for sir? We can take 5 minutes. Thank you, sir, for the very interesting session. It helped us give an overall conclusion and a wider and practical picture of the governance in India, and thus adding to the workshop's theme itself. We are grateful to you for the time you took out for us and the valuable knowledge you imparted. I would now like to call upon Dr. S. Kalyani to please come and present Dr. Indrajit Singh Sodhi with a token of appreciation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody. We can now break for 5 minutes. Please come back as soon as possible.